All right, Chris in Kentucky was explaining Benford's Law to us. Can you pick up where you left off, Chris?
All right, yeah, and as I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking, well, let me give you some easy references and what pops up when you look at Benford's Law. But Fraud Magazine does Benford's Law made easy. Khan Academy, if anybody wants the easy cheat sheet. But seriously, I mean, there are entire books, white papers, and college courses on this. And it's, it's forensic data analytics, and it's a tool to shine a light, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's the first number. It's the frequency of the first number and figures that you count. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. And I want to have data geeks unite around the country. You can make these spreadsheets. You can find on YouTube how to create a Benford's Law spreadsheet and start watching your own you have to do entire populous counties, but start watching and start letting people know you're watching. So anyway, our group here in Kentucky, Americans for Election Integrity in Kentucky, we started to apply this to last year's Bashir-Bevin election, and we found that Bashir popped the curve. And so, we had done a hand recount last year, and the findings included we had one precinct that had 70 physical ballots present. They were actually for Bashir, which was really interesting, but they were not counted. And we're still trying to find out the answer to that. We have zero answers. We've got open records requests for people, signing in on the voter log, but they swear that we have what was counted. So either somebody, I don't know, why is there a stack of Bashir ballots just sitting there? But what I feel in light of what we're learning, what was even more unusual, was every third precinct that we counted had a +1 Bashir vote with no matching ballot. And it was always a straight party vote missing. And the first time I counted it, I thought, okay, well, the copy machine stuck. And then the second, I thought, well, they got a really incompetent person copying this stuff. Then it occurred 7 times, but then it was every time +1 Bashir, and it was always a straight party vote. So then when you look at this Benford's Law, how he pops it there, it's in a populous city in the state, the most populous city in the state. It's in a not to point fingers, but it's in a blue-run city in the state. Mm-hmm. And it's got a ton of precincts. And then I ran Daniel Cameron. I have to run everybody. We're going to run, AFEI Kentucky is going to run every election, every candidate that we can, just to see how things conform. Daniel Cameron conformed, Bevin conformed, Bashir pops the curve. So the thing that's interesting about the Biden race in Milwaukee County with this guy that ran it, you can look it up. It's like on GitHub or something like that. This is part of what people are being, censored for, just so you know. But he ran every presidential candidate in Milwaukee County, and everybody conforms except Biden, and he's got this big camel hump, And so listen, by itself, it doesn't prove anything, but it's a light, right? It shines a light on, like, look here. So, I mean
it doesn't necessarily mean that there was fraud, right? But
correct.
It's just unusual, and it's a red flag.
It is a big red flag. Again, people are sitting in jail today. Enron was taken down with this law.
That's weird. We were in Houston at that time. I don't remember anybody saying anything about the Bedford Law.
No, I never heard of it. Listen, I ramped up on the knowledge of this last week, Thursday afternoon. But again, and you know what? This is another thing that really bugs me is Wikipedia. Now, granted, it's not my first source for anything, but Wikipedia, if people were reading about Benford's Law last week, there was a section on Wikipedia about how it can be applied for election fraud. Well, what was it? The night before last, was Sunday night, somebody writes a blurb and that whole thing's taken off of Wikipedia.
Interesting.
I've got the snippet if anybody wants to see.
All right.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, so there you go. But it's an eye opener, and I just, again, data geeks unite. Build this thing in your if you're interested, learn about it, build it, and just start watching, because I mean that's what we're going to have to do now in this country is we're going to have a lot of alert people.
Yeah, it's sad that we're going to have to do that, but it's true. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Chris. Sure. Yeah, because you like this. You like the United States of America to just function the way it's supposed to, right? We're kind of used to just All right, we do an election and people count up the ballots, and that's who wins. Okay, they won. It's not like that anymore.
No.
We don't trust that anymore. And it's really sad. It really is.
Yeah,
and
sure
this
is.
Benford's law is so weird. If Enron was taken down by Benford's law, seriously, you were there at that point, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear that
Enron?
phrase.
And never heard the name ever.
No, all we got were Kinley speeches to
Yes.
to his employees. No, we're doing great. Everything's perfect here at Enron.
There's no problem at all. I don't know anything about it.
By the way, I had to look up. She referenced a fraud magazine, which, lo and behold, there is a fraud magazine. And if you scroll down here, the proprietor is one Jeff Fisher. No, that's interesting that there's an actual magazine
never heard of that either.
all about fraud.
Okay.
So I don't know if they a publication of the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners. I was thinking maybe it was just going to teach us how to
Commit fraud?
commit fraud and Jeffy scams.
Yeah, apparently not.
Okay.